Welcome to the Simply Incredible Podcast. I am Daryl, a.k.a. The D, here with JBD.
What's up, everybody? I'm back in the house.
Back in the house. And tonight we're going to talk about this little movie that came out over the weekend by the legends of DC Comics.
Legends.
Wait for it.
Keep waiting, bro.
We might be waiting a little while on this one. The Marvel's in the group, that's what the problem is.
Make mine Marvel.
And with Suicide Squad.
Suicide
I had a
Squad.
whole week of wearing Suicide
Squad.
Suicide Squad t-shirts.
Suicide Squad.
And, well, we'll let you know what we think of the movie shortly. But first, we'll hit the trailers we saw before it.
Yeah, there was a few good ones.
Yeah. First, we had Tom Hanks and Sully.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I'll check that one out. Maybe not in theater, but I'll definitely check it out when it comes out.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. It looks really interesting, and I really hope they don't add too much to it. I mean...
Well, you have to think the real-life situation probably went down in like 15, 20 minutes. So
yeah.
They got to add a little drama, a little background story.
They're going to do a little bit with that, but I mean, I don't want them to, like, say he was a drunk or something like that.
Yeah, that kind of...
Just let it go with what his real life really was.
Right, yeah.
Because they did 42, the Jackie Robinson story, and they embellished a lot in it.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, the man led a great life. Why do we need to embellish?
Yeah, it's not cool to paint him in a bad light like that.
But I think that's going to be fun. For those who don't know, Sully, he's the man that was leaving, I want to say it was JFK. JFK International Airport. What's the other one?
I thought it was
LaGuardia. It was in New York.
Yeah.
Because right after he got off the runway, they had engine failure, and he had to have an emergency landing in the Hudson.
Yeah.
So it was one of those two. And unless there's another big airport there that I don't know about.
Nah, I think it was one of those two. LaGuardia is sticking out in my mind for some reason.
Well, LaGuardia is right there beside Citi Field, home of the New York Mets.
The Mets.
Used to be Shea Stadium, but we had to move, and I missed that. I miss my Shea. Next, see, we both basically agree we'll wait on Sully.
Yeah, I think so.
Jack Reacher.
That looks amazing.
That looks phenomenal.
Little 3'2" Tom Cruise is throwing down.
It's like, hey, Tom, I can pat him on the head. I will not do that because he will go all medieval on me.
He will go off on you. That's one of those ones kind of like Bourne. Like they actually put some realistic looking fight techniques and choreography into it.
Yep.
I really enjoyed the first one a lot.
Mm-hmm. I always thought that was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, going into it, I was kind of like, it might be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out, I was like, that was really, really good.
Yeah.
Same with John Wick. I had the same kind of feel going in and coming out with both of those.
Yeah, those are some of the better action flicks of recent times.
So I was thinking, man, maybe that might be a 3D movie in IMAX.
Possibly.
I mean, it looks really, really good.
I usually reserve the 3D IMAX ones for something that I know is going to have some special effects, but that one could be good.
That might be. Was that the one that we saw with really good effects?
What's that?
Jack Reacher.
I don't think Jack Reacher did.
Oh.
It's more realistic.
You know what? That might have been the
hand-to-hand.
Great Wall.
Yeah, it probably was the Great Wall or Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm. Because the Great Wall, that's right, was Doctor Strange that we saw.
Yeah.
With those effects, and that looked very special.
That does look nice.
So, I mean, I know everybody said they hope it's not going to be, what was that movie?
Inception.
Yeah, I was like, inconceivable. No, that's not it.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
You keep saying that word. I don't think you know what that means.
Anyway. So, the Great Wall, for those who don't know, it's about making the Great Wall of China.
A really big wall.
A really ginormous, long wall.
It's going to be huge.
And then, apparently, maybe in the near future, they might be having the Great Wall, U.S. edition. I guess that depends on who wins the presidency.
It's going to be huge.
It's a long wall. But that movie really intrigued me.
It does, yeah, it does. It's like a period piece back in the day when they actually built the wall. I guess it was right around the time they finished it.
Yeah, and apparently they were building that wall to keep something on the other side, and we don't know what. And that was what caught my attention. I was like, what is that? What is it?
It was kind of funny because they're rolling all these like facts about it, and I was like, well, like 15 or 1700 years to make it. I was like, I guess whatever was over there didn't try to attack for all that time. It waited till the wall was built.
It was a slow attack.
Yeah.
Apparently it was attacked by a gigantic snail.
In 2,000 years, a monster's going to come. Be prepared.
And one other one was Magnificent Seven.
That looks decent. I'm not a big Western fan, but it does look really good. It's got a lot of good actors.
With Denzel.
Yeah.
And who else was in it?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Pratt. That's the other one I couldn't
He's
think
come
of.
out of nowhere since, was it Parks and Recreation?
Yeah.
Got the Star-Lord role. Now he's all over the place.
He dropped a bunch of weight. Now look at him. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of the trailers we saw in Doctor Strange, which, again, looks like inconceivable. That's right. I said it twice.
It's looking good, especially in 3D.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I think that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely go down there for that.
Yeah, I'll check that one out in 3D.
Or maybe we go to Whoville next time just to see if we can get good seats there.
Switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised a DC movie was willing to show a Marvel trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you said, because I really had not even thought about that.
Sharing that money.
What's the next thing they have DC coming out?
I guess Justice League.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. But now, into
our main event.
Suicide Squad.
The Squizzard, hanging with the squad.
How you want to go? You want to go characters? You want to go because I definitely want to hit each character.
We can do that. I kind of broke my notes out into the good, the bad, and the ugly.
There is some of each.
Yeah.
definitely some of each. First, let's just run through the characters right quick and a little quick thoughts on each one.
Yeah.
We start off with, and I intentionally put this to have the three main characters at the end of these.
Okay.
Start off with Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis.
I know a little bit about her. Basically, all my Suicide Squad knowledge comes from that animated movie, Assault on Arkham. So that's pretty much all I knew about them. But she fit the bill from what I could tell. She did really well.
I thought she was amazing at it.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, she was just like, yeah, you nailed it for me.
Yeah, she's that top government agent who has no qualms about doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, completely ruthless.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to some of the scenes in it, but...
Yeah, I guess we haven't specifically said, but spoiler alert, we're going to talk about stuff that happened in the movie.
We're spoiling this, man?
It's going down, bro.
Yes. Next, Enchantress. Cara Delevingne?
Maybe.
I
don't know. Something about me, I have just some bad taste in my mouth about her. She just rubs me the wrong way. She looks like she's just mean and snotty in real life.
Oh, the woman
actress,
herself?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually seen her.
She hangs out with Taylor Swift and the crew.
Well, I can see why you would think that now.
Yeah, you know.
Your girl Tay-Tay.
You can't hang with Tay-Tay. Don't be sullying Tay-Tay's a good name.
Like the character, she goes from June. I didn't write June. It was June. Cannot think of her last name.
You had to. I can't remember.
I was thinking Moon, but that's not it. But anyway, and she transforms. Amanda Waller makes her transform into the Enchantress.
Yeah, somehow she got her hands on the heart of the Enchantress, and she's kind of got her in her pocket.
Yep. And next, Killer Croc, with whose name we will not even try to say, but his initials are AAA.
Yeah.
So
he did a pretty good job for all the prosthetics he had, all the makeup and everything. I thought he did a good job. And Croc is like one of the characters that I actually knew beforehand because he's been a Batman villain forever. So it was cool to see him in live action.
And I mean, I liked his voice with it too.
Yeah, that kind of fit.
I mean, I will say I was pleasantly surprised with the character because I was kind of used to it a certain way, like from video games and different things. And
he always had kind of,
I was like, it looked good.
Yeah, he always had that crocodile alligator, like elongated snout and everything. So to kind of see him with like a round face, that was a little different.
Yeah. Did they actually explain how it happened, or
I don't think so. I think it's just his whole life, skin defect or something. Yeah, I felt bad for the guy because they didn't even put him in a regular prison cell. They had him under the prison in the sewer, like feeding him hunks of meat and stuff.
Just throw stuff down to him.
It's like, man, he's still a human being. Gosh.
And then the cops come in. And he like takes one down and kills him.
That was cool.
I was like, dang, like, dang, that was awesome. Next, Diablo.
Yeah,
I really should put him down a little bit further because he was a really good character.
He really was. He surprised me. I didn't know anything about him other than he shot fire, but he was a good character. He had a good background story and everything. I really liked him.
Jay Hernandez played him, and I thought he did a great job with it.
Yeah,
I liked it. Like you said, good character building, gave him good backstory. I really like that. Next, Rick Flag, the leader of the Suicide Squad.
I surprisingly enjoyed him a lot in this movie. I thought he was going to be the throwaway character, like he's just a guy in charge, but the guy that acted, he was pretty cool. He had that like southern drawl kind of voice to him, and
in the comics, he's always been the leader of the group.
Yeah.
So I thought he did a really good job.
I thought he did a really good job. Now, did he and like the chick that Enchantress turns into? Do they have a thing in the comic? Are they together?
You know what? I don't know. I should go back and that's one of the things I actually meant to go back and look at. It's funny you would think I should know that as much as I've read of them. Doggone it. Well, you throw me on the bus there, Pease.
Sorry.
Next, Katana.
Surprise to the movie. I really like that character. I mean, you know me, I love anything with Japanese culture, samurai swords and everything. So you got this girl with the kabuki mask on, is just taking it to people with a sword. I'm like, I'm in. That's awesome.
I thought, I mean, she was the only one who really didn't have a backstory.
Yeah, she really didn't.
It was just like, she's late because she was just stealing some souls from people.
Yeah, it made it seem like the big tragedy of her life was her husband getting killed.
Yeah.
And it also made it seem like that just happened like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, what has she been up to before then?
Yeah, it's just there it is. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Next, Slipknot. If you blink, you totally miss him.
Pretty much.
So I mean, what does he even do?
Here's a little wire work. Here's a little wire work, and you're gone.
Yeah, he's like this. I'm going to escape. No, you're not. There goes your head.
I knew from the assault on Arkham that you got to have that one person to show that it's actually a Suicide Squad. Like she's not bluffing.
And that it was KG Beast.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yes, I actually remember that.
Nice.
But yeah, in one of the versions of it, Slipknot is that character.
Ah, okay.
I want to say that in my mind, I think that was like an old version of him. So that worked all right.
I think I heard that in the movie, Captain Boomerang kind of leads to his death because he kind of convinces him to try to run. And I think they said in the comic it was actually Captain Boomerang too that kind of got him killed.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that worked out well.
Yeah.
In the comic as well. In the movie.
Makes it seem like they actually did the research on this one.
Yeah. In places, but we'll get to that.
True.
Will get to that.
True story.
Next, Will Smith as Deadshot.
You know, I was totally against him. He looks nothing like Deadshot, but I gotta love some Will Smith. He's just a cool dude. He's funny. You know, all the way back to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, all the way today. He's an enjoyable dude. I'll watch anything with him in it.
Well, you still haven't seen the movie with him and his son, have you?
Yeah, I have not seen that one.
Yeah, okay. There's something you can just go right on past.
Okay.
Wild Wild West, not that great.
Not that great. That's true.
But for the most part, he's money.
Yep.
And I thought he nailed it.
Me too.
I mean, we'll get to one of the parts coming up too, but one of the parts he did, I thought, oh my goodness, it was amazing. Next, Joker, Jared Leto.
All right, so before this movie started, I was like, I don't like him. He doesn't look the part. He doesn't sound the part. But I tried to suspend a little bit of belief because I said the same thing about Heath Ledger.
Yep.
I could not get down with Heath Ledger's Joker. But then I saw him, and I immediately ate my words. So I was like, maybe they'll pull it out of their hat twice. Maybe Leto will surprise me. And he completely did not. This character was bad.
He was bad.
Yeah, it was Jared Leto with green hair. It wasn't. I didn't see a character.
But I mean, for me, one of the things that for him, I can't completely put it on him because maybe I'm wrong about how movies are made, but I kind of think the directors, producers, or screenwriters, they are like, this is the direction we're going.
That, and I did hear some controversy on the internet. I don't know if you've heard this, but he's kind of mad because they cut a lot of his scenes out. Like, they actually painted him in the movie as abusive. Like, he got into like 3 fights in this movie with Harley. The scene in the helicopter, he actually got into a fight with her and pushed her out trying to kill her. He didn't push her out to save her. So
in the cutouts,
in the they cut a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So it kind of repaints their relationship because they did film it like he was abusive to her.
Yeah.
But I guess they didn't want to go that direction. So with splicing and cutting of the footage, they made it look different.
Yeah, that was. Well, we'll get to their relationship.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
I loved it. I don't think you did as much, but I thought she was funny.
I mean, here's my thing. You know, the voice, not quite what I like out of Harley, but some of the stuff I was loving.
Yeah, me too. I was like, who else could do that better than her? She's killing it.
She is, I cannot think of that word. Not ugly.
Not ugly.
Not ugly at all. And that suit, just wow.
Grace Googly Moogly.
Yes. That.
All the way from the very first scene when she's like hanging on the ropes upside down from the.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Because when I was watching her do that, and I assumed that was actually her doing that.
It looked like, yeah.
And it looked like she really took a lot of time and really learned how to actually do that because it's a skill to do the stuff she was doing on that.
Yeah,
it looked like just nothing but a rope almost.
Yeah.
Like cloth up there, and I thought that looked really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that came off really good. All right, now that's our main characters.
Yeah.
There was one guard that we don't know, but he was I'm surprised he didn't get killed in the movie.
Yeah, and he usually plays like a goofy kind of comedy character.
Yeah.
So I totally expected him to go, and he didn't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what happened to him. He was there, and
Yeah.
then after they got out, nothing.
Yeah, he was on Joker's bad side. He was on Deadshot's bad side. Somehow he survived.
Yeah. He was on Harley's bad side.
Yeah.
Croc is on Croc's bad side too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't.
He's batting 1,000 there.
He's like, I'm just gonna offend everybody.
I got a death wish.
So where do you want to start at from there?
All right, let's run down some good parts, the parts of the movie that we liked.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Harley, her lines, the things that she said, I loved them. I don't know if it was her in most of these scenes or a stunt woman, but all the acrobatic fighting that she did, the spinning around, the hurricanrana and stuff she pulled off on people, I was like, that's pretty sweet stuff right there.
Her swinging of the bat.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's not some fragile person that doesn't know how to swing a bat. It's like she put some home run power behind
no
it
doubt.
too. And I was like, dang.
That one little fight she had on the elevator by herself where she like beat the dude down with the bat and then just subtly stands up and blows the hair out of her face. I was like, that was money. You couldn't have wrote that. She had to improv that, but I was like, that is sweet.
That was phenomenal.
My favorite thing that she did was the rooftop scene. They disarmed the bomb in her neck. She just gets up, slowly walking towards Joker on the helicopter. I was like, that looks cool as crap.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Joker's like, come to me, come to baby, come to daddy.
But Joker, oh gosh, that's bad.
Yeah.
What else good?
Will Smith, he had pretty much all the jokes of the movie.
Yeah.
He had all the good one-liners. One thing that surprises me is sometimes when I see something in a trailer enough times, it kind of kills it for me in the movie, because when I see that scene, I'm just like, oh, there's that scene. I've already seen it.
Right.
But when he did the scene when he was testing out the guns, he's like, you jokers must be crazy.
Uh-huh.
They didn't show all of it in the trailer, so they just showed that one line. So that actual perspective of putting him into that, I was like, I still dug it. I was like, that's cool.
I'm going to say this. I didn't see this trailer.
Yeah.
So when I was watching live, I was like, oh, they're not going to put no real bullets in there. They know he's dead shot. They know what he can do.
Right.
And then he shot one. I was like, oh.
He's like, I got some toys. Let me play.
And he just started. And what was really cool is you saw it. He was shooting the targets, and all the bullets kept hitting the same spot on each target.
Yep.
I was like, that is awesome.
He just kept banging out the metal plates until it burned a hole through them.
That was phenomenal.
That is amazing.
That scene that he had when he jumped on the car.
Yep.
When he was shooting all the, I don't know what they was, little guys with eyeballs all over them.
Alien squid dudes.
And he had. What I loved how they did it though is he had those wrist guns.
Yeah.
And that was amazing.
That was great. Everybody else just stopped and watched him in awe. Like, look at this dude cleaning house.
He just took out like 100 of them like it was nothing.
That was pretty sweet.
I was like, that was phenomenal stuff.
I'd like to get like a superhero beatdown of him versus Hawkeye or something.
Oh.
That'd be awesome. Sharpshooter versus sharpshooter.
Deadshot versus Bullseye.
There you go. That'd be awesome.
How about that?
Does Bullseye use guns though?
He never misses. I do know that much.
That's true.
Except for when Spider-Man's involved.
All right.
They don't miss. No, it's not Spider-Man. Doesn't mean Daredevil.
Daredevil, yeah.
Oh gosh.
I
apologize to all the Marvel fans for that.
I like this movie that, a couple sci-fi movies, a couple other movies do this, but I kind of like that, like, abandoned city, like, it's under attack and just a group of people moving through the city, kind of one continuous story from beginning to end. It's not jumping all over different days and taking months to go down and everything. It's just, we start on this side of the city, we got to get to this other side of the city. That's the movie.
Yeah.
I like those kind of movies. I thought that was a pretty good story.
Yeah, I know some people did not like that.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it myself.
I kind of dig it.
I mean,
I like that kind of stuff.
They were like, well, why don't they just fly them right there? Because they didn't. I guess that's the rationale.
Right, yeah.
I had no problem with that.
Yeah, she had the whole horde of army there. You couldn't really drop them down in the middle of it. I liked the after credits. You want to talk about that now or save that?
Yeah, go ahead, those.
I like that Bruce Wayne sitting there talking to Waller and pretty much tells her, shut down the Suicide Squad. I'm forming a team. We're going to take on that role. Yeah. We got this. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So, will there be a Suicide Squad 2?
And Amanda Waller basically hands him some papers. And it was, it looked like to me Enchantress.
Yeah, I think Enchantress was the first.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
And Flash.
Yeah.
I think it's just 3 pieces, I believe.
That's what I remember seeing, yeah.
Now, in the comics, they kind of have this where Batman's like, you need to shut this down. It was Batman, not Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
And she was like, listen here, buddy. I know who you are. I can let the whole world know who Batman really is. And Batman basically goes away with his tail tucked between his legs.
No kidding.
Waller just like put it right to him.
I can't believe.
Oh my goodness!
I can't believe they went that route because Batman's got to have a contingency plan to prove that.
This is in the '80s version.
Yeah.
So I was looking that up because you asked me about that. She's like, "You're like, well, does she know Batman's identity?"
Yeah, I didn't think anybody
did.
I was
like, I don't think so. And then I was looking through, so I was like, you know what she did? This was, I want to say episode comic number 10, I believe.
I can't believe that.
I believe that's what it was.
That's wild.
And because I was like because when you said that, I was like, it does sound like she knows.
Yeah.
And yeah, she knew.
That's unbelievable.
She knew.
I
don't know how I gotta find out. I want to know how she found out.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense just because she's got dossiers on every metahuman that's known to man, pretty much. So.
And I like that they were calling them metahumans.
Yeah. Little tie to the Flash TV show there.
Because I thought that was kind of cool right there. Yeah. And by the way, Flash made a little cameo in it. Yep. And I thought that was awesome.
That's in my weird and odd list. Flash showing up.
Because him and Boomerang, because he called Boomerang.
Yeah.
And in comics, they had a long a feud.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, that worked out nice.
Yeah. Poor Flash. He gets all the lame characters. I got guys that throw boomerangs and a cold gun.
He can throw a boomerang and then it will come back to him. It's like Captain America. He'll throw his shield and it will come back.
It was kind of cool. He had like
Boomer shield.
The remote controlled when he was watching. That was kind of neat. It was like, let me.
Dude, that was straight out of
Arkham games. Yeah.
I was like, that is awesome.
That is pretty cool. I love Katana. We talked about her a little bit. Didn't explain much.
I really wish she'd have more backstory. But
yeah, me too.
I mean, they have so many characters to give so much backstory to.
Yeah, they tried to kind of focus on 3, I think.
Yeah.
The other ones are just kind of filler.
And by the way, Will Smith's backstory, Deadshot's backstory, I was digging that.
I was digging everything except that corny Shaft costume he had on.
Yeah.
The brown trench coat. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Well, you can't be Deadshot all the time.
I guess. Flag was cool. The second command, I don't know if you know that. That was Clint Eastwood's son.
Yeah. They, I heard something. Now, how true this is? They said the director really admires and respects him. And he wanted his son in it. Yeah. Clint Eastwood's son. I cannot think of his first name.
The director?
No, Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. I can't remember. I didn't write it down.
Yeah, but he wanted him to have a bigger part, but he really didn't have anything for him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, how true is that? Internet.
Yeah.
So that may be totally false.
Could have made him Flag unless Flag was already cast.
Well, I mean, I thought the guy that was Flag did really well. I mean, can't argue with that.
Yeah.
What else good?
I love the Diablo effect when he went like Diablo mode.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea if that's in the comics or not, but that looks awesome.
Yeah. He just boom. I mean, I remember like the first time, he kind of went kind of weak. Yeah. I mean, at the time we thought, wow, that's bad. He's got the flames going like 50 feet.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's awesome. And then he kicked it up a notch later.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, that's awesome.
He turned into like 9 foot tall witch doctor voodoo dude. I was like, whoa, where'd that come from?
I was like, come on.
That was a complete surprise for me. I had no idea he could do that.
What?
Last good one I had was the homage to the Alex Ross cover of Batman Harley Quinn.
Yep.
It was sweet looking.
No, that to me was the only thing about that relationship I liked in the entire movie.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. Yeah. I expected her. I was like, Harley. She pulled the costume out of of her chest.
Yeah.
That crate with all of her stuff in it.
Right.
I was like, that is so awesome.
Yeah, like maybe that would be the only Easter egg.
And she pulled the hammer out as well.
Yep.
And that was it.
Which I'm upset she didn't take with her. Yeah. I mean, that's your signature weapon.
Yeah, that is her signature. But I was like, at least they threw it in there.
That's true. Yeah. A little something for the fans. I was surprised that she went full costume with that little flashback because I could have seen like the costume without the mask, but like, they threw it all on. Good for them. That's awesome.
Yeah, because when I saw that, I was like, I've got the comic book.
Yeah.
Actually, I do not have the first printing of that.
Oh yeah.
That's going for about $150, $200
now. Another one you said you wanted to get. I saw next door you had like 2 copies of the Batman Muhammad Ali big catalog thing.
Well, that's a new one.
Oh, is it?
That's not the original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one they just got out now is like a hardback.
Oh.
Yeah, they just put that out. Muhammad passed away recently, and I think everyone in fighting sports, mainly in the world almost, kind of misses Muhammad.
Yeah.
He was something special, but
yeah, no doubt.
But they made an updated version of it, like a deluxe version.
Okay.
Because the other one was like, you remember the old time magazines, real big magazines?
Yeah, real big. Yeah. And this was a little bigger, so I thought it was an original, but
I don't think it's the original.
kinda,
If it is, I totally missed it.
It probably isn't. You want to get into the bad stuff?
For me, there's one bad thing in the whole thing.
It's got to be the Joker.
It is the Joker.
It is indeed.
It's the Joker-Harley relationship.
Like I said, he says a lot of the scenes were cut. He actually said, "Am I still recording?"
Yeah.
I accidentally hit off.
You shall not hit off.
But yeah, he said there was like enough scenes cut to make an entire movie just about the Joker, pretty much. He said their relationship was really abusive. It was filmed to be abusive. He hit her a couple of times. He tried to throw her out of the helicopter to kill her in that one scene, but they edited it to make it look like he was kind of doing it to save her life.
Right.
And
because this, I mean, that is totally contradictory of their relationship.
It really
how
is.
it came off in the movie.
It's almost like they were afraid to go that far with it.
Yeah, and I know this has nothing to do with this movie, but The Killing Joke. DC got a lot of grief about Barbara Gordon. I'm like, read the comic. This is how Barbara Gordon got treated.
Yeah.
She got shot by the Joker.
Yeah.
She was paralyzed.
Yeah, if you got any kind of complaint about that kind of stuff, you got to know the source material first. You can't complain about something that was adapted from an actual book that's got history.
Right. And now a couple things about their relationship that I had huge issues with.
Oh, I got a list too, brother.
I'm going to kind of sum up their relationship from an Injustice comic book. Harley and Black Canary were fighting. Black Canary, in the middle of their fight, stops because she has to throw up. And Harley's looking at her and goes, "What's wrong with you? Pregnant or something?" Black Canary was pregnant. And she's like, "Shut up! Quit talking about me being pregnant. I'm not pregnant." She goes, "I can't do anything now because I'm just imagining you being all fat and pregnant in those nylons," which is cracking me up.
Yeah.
And then she gets real quiet and she says, "Kind of reminds me of me." And Canary's like, "What? You were pregnant?" And she's like, "Shut up, let's just fight." And then she goes into her story about how Joker is the baby's father. And she went away for a year, and she went back, and he never knew she was even gone.
Oh, really?
And to me, that really sums up their relationship. And then you got Mad Love.
So she actually had the kid?
Yeah.
They actually have a little
and,
mini Joker out there somewhere?
In the comic, her daughter's name is Lucy. And later on, she has twins.
Oh, no kidding.
Not Harley, but Lucy has twins. So that's actually in comic books.
So Harley's a grandma?
Yes, Harley's a grandma.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. But,
you know, there were some people questioning that because remember that in that scene where he had like 1,000 knives laid out, there was like toddler's clothes over there in the corner. I was like, what's that about?
I totally did not see that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's little toddler's jumpers over there. I was like, why is that in there?
I totally missed that.
Yeah.
Dang, I knew I needed to see it again before we did this. But, I mean, for me, it's... And then when the vat of acid.
Yeah.
You know, she jumps into the vat of acid. In the comic, Joker choke slams and throws her down into
pushed her in there,
acid.
forced her in there, they said there was like more to that argument. So I think maybe they argued a little bit and then she agreed to do it or something.
But... I mean,
I didn't get that whole thing because I was like, if this is like boiling acid that permanently bleaches your skin forever, first of all, they were like 3 stories up and she fell into this vat.
Yeah.
Then he jumps in it too. And then they're standing up and it's like waist deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That and it's not burning or anything. They're just like, okay, we're going to make out now.
It's not burning and it's changing colors, got red and blue in it.
I figured that was like Joker's makeup running off.
You think?
Yeah.
So he was just wearing makeup until he got thrown into that?
That's what I think. I think maybe his skin is white, but I don't think the green hair and the lipstick and all that crap's permanent.
They say they're even going away from his skin being bleached now.
I think the bleaching, that might be the only thing.
Because in Batman, the original Batman, you know, he gets dropped in that. He starts putting flesh tone makeup on.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But, I mean, that whole relationship, I was like... Harley's supposed to be the one pining over Joker, not vice versa.
Right.
Joker's not some thug in strip clubs.
Yeah, that whole scene with him like calling her over and offering her up to this other dude, and then getting jealous about it. I'm like, this just feels awkward. What is going on here?
It made no sense whatsoever. In reality, Joker really has very little to do with Suicide Squad at all.
Yeah, that's
every
true.
once in a while he'll make an appearance in it, and that's it. He's not. I mean, he didn't have like a bomb implanted in his neck.
Yeah, they're just kind of. I think they're trying to set up the future movies.
I guess
the Batman solo movie and stuff.
I mean,
and I've heard. I don't know if this is like a movie pilot rumored thing that they made up on their own, or if this is canon or what. But I heard the reason he's got a grill is because of the whole Jason Todd thing. When Batman actually got his hands on him, he beat him so much he knocked all his teeth out, and those are fake teeth.
So it's not even Joker. It's Jason Todd, like in.
No, they're saying Joker killed Jason Todd, and then when Batman got his hands on Joker for doing that, he beat him so much he knocked his teeth out. I don't know if you can believe that or what. It would kind of make sense why he's wearing the grill.
That would make more sense, but
everything else, the tattoos, he just looked like another mid-level crime boss. You know, I'm gonna wear some flashy clothes, and I got a couple thugs, and he didn't seem like the clown prince of Gotham. You know,
he did not. I mean, and I said this coming out of the movie, it felt like the worst Joker ever.
Yep, me too. I'll say.
And I heard someone say this, and they saw a different movie apparently, but he said it's like they got Heath Ledger's Joker and Jack Nicholson's Joker and took the best of it and put it into Jared Leto.
You're crazy.
I was like, what did you see?
What movie did you watch? Exactly.
I was like, I want to see that movie.
He hit me like just Jared Leto on screen with some makeup on. He didn't seem like the Joker to me.
Now, a scene I did think was cool was when Harley had that vision of her life.
Yeah.
With Joker.
Yeah, the normal house.
The normal house. I mean, not Joker paint. Just normal Jared Leto.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there holding a baby.
Yeah, and she's all like
holding her little Lucy.
He married me. I was like, oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. And I was like, that was a cool scene.
Yeah. I kind of liked the little tattoo on his hand when he put that up above his mouth.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. And remember last week when we kicked you out, me and Troy talked about the one little thing? The thing we talked about that I thought was kind of cool was when he was in that room with all the weapons, that little thing. He almost had like the Batman mask drew on his face, and he was like, where is she? And I think he was making fun of Christian Bale right there. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Where is she?
Yeah, I didn't see that. Darn it. Because it wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
It was the first thing when his, like, thug dude walked in. He was sitting in the floor surrounded by all the weapons. And that's the first thing he said. He asked the dude, where is she? Talking about Harley.
Maybe I missed him with a gravelly voice then.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah, that was another thing. Like every scene that started after the first or two, every scene Joker was in, he would just get up in people's face and start doing that growl.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Quit doing that. It's annoying.
I mean, it worked for Croc, but
I guess.
That's
you
it.
saw a no Croc.
And one of the things I liked but thought was kind of odd was when Croc went in the sewer.
Yeah.
It seemed like he had to be like, dude, really? This is what I do. I swim in sewers.
The water dude.
I swim in sewers. That's what I do. And those guys are like, oh, we got this.
Yeah,
like,
we got this.
I'm going whether you want me to or not.
I know, right?
Like, really, dude?
It would be kind of intimidating, though, to bring him along. Like, he's going to kill us all. Yeah. This is his natural habitat.
Yeah, he's going to take us out here, eat our faces.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be like the one I'd be intimidated by. Maybe Fire Dude. You get him ticked. You just incinerate you.
Like, this is my buddy here, unless I want to be barbecued.
Uh-huh. I kind of thought the whole thread of the movie was kind of lame. Like,
I totally did too.
Enchantress wanted to build a machine. She was like, the people don't worship us as gods anymore. They worship machines. She never made a machine. She made like a tornado thing with trash floating around it. I was like, you've been working on this thing for hours.
Trash throwing around here.
So you've been working on this for hours. You haven't done a daggone thing. What are you doing? And it was funny, the how it should have ended team. They did a little review, and then they were talking about her, and it's like, I'm just going to stand here, and I'm going to do a wiggle dance in front of this tornado.
It was funny, because when I come out there, I didn't say anything, because I didn't know if you noticed that. I'm like, is she trying to pop and lock? What is she doing over here?
She's got some Shakira breakdancing moves over there.
The
hips don't lie.
Shakira. Yeah, hers were nowhere near as good as Shakira.
Not at all. Sorry.
But, because I was like, what is she doing? That's horrible. Now, I will say this. I liked how Amanda Waller was controlling her and then totally lost control.
Yeah.
She's
It's
like
she
poking
had
her heart.
Yeah, it was like she had a safeguard on that heart with the safe. It was like when she got near it, it looked like it was like a bomb gonna blow it up or something. That's what I kind of got out of that. So it's kind of cool. Like even if she couldn't be awake and monitoring it at all times, she had a safe defense on it.
Yeah, and then did she just make a brother?
I know nothing about the comics. I don't know if she's got a brother.
No, I'm talking about in the movie. She's like, all right,
she
this
had,
is now my brother.
And
she turned him into this.
When the archaeologist broke the head off of that idol and let the enchantress out, she had the other one. She had the one of her brother.
Yeah.
So she cracked that open and let the brother out.
But that dude seemed like a bad dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he was tearing trains up and subways and stuff. I was like, great day, he's a bad dude.
Yeah, and that's what I was wondering back from the trailer, because they showed like the one little part of like whatever they were, the tentacles or whatever, going through that train. I was like, what is that? Is that Carnage or something? Does DC have a Carnage? What is this guy?
Honestly, I don't even know who that dude is.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, I was watching Kevin Smith, and he was like, I really don't know much about Enchantress, and also didn't feel bad. I mean, he's like a comic book like super nerd.
Right.
And I was like, I'm glad you didn't know, because I don't know much about her.
Yeah. I had no idea if she was like a big time villain or a here and there villain or what.
Kevin Smith ate up every bit of this movie. I got to be honest, as much as I like Kevin Smith, he dropped a little bit after that.
Really?
He loved him some Leto. He loved the changes in it and stuff. I was like,
really?
Really? What movie did you see?
He was easily pleased on that one.
But I don't know.
Like we talked about, the Shaft pimp suit. Didn't dig that.
Yeah.
Didn't dig that they didn't use Croc a whole lot. You know, I think maybe he just couldn't get a lot of dialogue because of the prosthetics and the makeup. But
his couple little lines I thought were good.
They were cool.
One of my favorite lines in this movie was when Katana first got introduced, and Harley just looks over and goes, I like her. I don't know why. That right there, I was like, oh, that is so Harley.
I love those little Harley quips like that. Those are good.
I was like, yeah, that's one that Harley would definitely come up with.
Right. I found her doing that a lot. I was like, yeah, I could see Harley actually saying that. Yeah, I could see Harley saying that. The only other thing I didn't like was I was kind of bummed at the ending. I was like, this can't be the way they're going to wrap this movie up. Really? They're just going to send them all back to jail?
Yeah.
No way.
Everybody seemed to get something except Boomerang.
I know.
Just throw him right on back, and then you get your 10 years off. That's it.
I know. 10 years off with 3 life sentence.
Harley got her cappuccino machine. Croc, what did Croc get?
BET.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Got some TV in the sewer.
Sewer TV.
That was kind of cool that they built. It was still a prison cell, but they built it to look like a room for Deadshot. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So the daughter wouldn't get all freaked out.
And one thing that we talked about is like, so before he got into the Suicide Squad, y'all just gonna have a heavy bag in there for this guy to hit and work out all the time with.
We're gonna give one of the world's deadliest assassins a way to keep his skills up.
And also in his room, he had a chair, no bed.
Oh yeah.
Did you see any?
No, I didn't notice that.
Because I remember, and when they come in, there's a chair. And they forced him into that chair. I was like, y'all don't even have a bed for this guy?
Oh, wow. Didn't even notice.
I mean, if he had one, I missed it, but I don't think he had one.
Huh. Interesting.
I was like, really? He's got a heavy bag, but no bed.
All right, now into the things that I found a little odd. Maybe you can explain some of these things. I don't know. First of all, were they even needed? Was this team needed to go stop her?
You know, someone else said the exact same things. Like,
because they still took the military unit with them.
Yeah.
And the Suicide Squad team members. Like, couldn't they just send the military unit in?
So,
did they add that much to it?
I guess you needed some of these guys with superpowers. But
well, that was the thing. They were trying to put together a team of metahumans, and how many of them were metahumans? Harley's not. Boomerang's not. Yeah. Croc has got a skin condition.
Yeah. Get him some ointment. He'll be all right.
Right. And Deadshot can shoot guns pretty well.
Yeah. But someone was like, well, why don't they just get the Justice League together?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, if you know about people with actual powers, Flash and Aquaman.
One thing that they did do, you know what, and to me this is not, I know I'm getting off your oddity for just a second.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, they were like, the reason they brought the Suicide Squad together was because Superman.
Yeah.
And Superman, and they weaved in where he died. They were like, well, what if the next one is on the bad side?
And I could see the government putting this together because instead of going out and trying to recruit citizens that have powers, we already got 10 in our pocket that are in prison. We'll make them do it or we'll kill them.
Yeah, and I like the way they did that, how they started it.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was the whole plot of the story was, well, it backfired because Amanda Waller messed up with Enchantress. So, but I just liked how they weaved in the Superman.
That was nice.
I thought that was nice.
Picked up right with another movie that just came out a few months ago.
I did not see that come. I did not expect them to have any mention of that.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice, and weave in Batman and Flash, and I thought that was nice.
That was pretty cool. The Flash thing, we'll get into that. Let's see. The thing I said about Flash was, I don't know about the timeline, because in Batman vs Superman, it seemed like he was just a person that they saw that had superpowers.
Yeah.
But now in this movie, it's almost like he's a well-known crime fighter. He's got his Flash suit. So which is it? Do people in, what's his city called? Jump City?
Yes.
Do they already know of the Flash? Is he a hero already, or is he still somebody that hasn't come out yet?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, because I just saw, hey, look, cool, it's a Flash.
It was like,
in the first one, it was some guy in a convenience store, and he just ran over and ran back real quick.
So it's like, if everybody knows about the Flash, then Batman could just go talk to Flash.
Yeah.
But it's like he had to like hunt him down and find him or something.
Yeah, I did not even think about that. That's a good point.
That was a little oddity. I didn't want to root for Diablo's. Like, he was cool. He's got cool powers, but dude killed his family. It's like, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, the moral of the story. They're all bad guys, but you try to pull for him a little bit.
And he was like, they were like, how'd you get him? He's like, he wanted to be called.
Yeah. It's like of all of them that he was just, dude, killed your family.
He's one of those guys that I felt bad for.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, you killed your family, and you could tell he loved his family.
Yeah.
And he just...
Did they explain it really well? Was it like just a flare-up of his powers? He lost control? Or did he get mad and kill him on purpose?
It seemed like... I don't know.
I didn't get that. I don't know what the story was there. I thought it was, I don't know, weird, kind of cool or whatever, that on the stairs when Harley was going up and she talked to Deadshot a little bit, she was like, another classic sociopath. I was like, so you still got some Dr. Harleen in there somewhere. Yeah. I was like, are you not fully crazy? What's going on there?
I mean, well, later on in the bar as well.
Yeah.
She was like basically dropping it on him.
Yeah.
And you said one thing about one of the trailers, how she was like getting the orders of the drinks.
Yeah, she was asking everybody what they wanted. What do you want? What do you want? Diablo was like, water. She's like, that's a good choice, honey. They cut that all out.
Yeah, and then she just...
Joker had a scene with that guard that we were talking about that was going to get it. He had another scene where he's like smacking him in the face and stuff. Cut
Not in the movie.
Yeah. Joker in the gun room was weird. It's like they just did that entire scene for the effect. There was no practical use for that room at all. You have a room neatly stacked with like dominoes. It's like one cough in the wrong direction, you're gonna knock all that crap over.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, I didn't really get him laying there laughing. He's got like 1,000 swords around him and knives. And
even the laugh was out of place.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we're gonna get Harlequin, but first let me lay back and do a Joker laugh so people can hear a Joker laugh.
I was like, okay. And it got quiet for a second.
Reading some more stuff. Oh, another scene. I didn't actually see it in a trailer, but I've seen pictures of it. Have you seen where the Joker was like his hair was halfway over and half of his face was kind of scarred?
I saw that in something else.
Yeah, that was supposed to be right before they went to find the Enchantress. Harley wouldn't go with him. She wanted to help the guys take down the Enchantress. He got mad. He lit a grenade and tossed it at him and tried to kill them all and left. That was another thing that got cut out of the movie.
Really? I didn't know, because I knew that, because I was like, maybe he's supposed to turn into Two-Face at some point.
I guess that was like right after the helicopter went down and he's all jacked up from that. So I was like, yeah, that was another one that got cut.
I'm totally, well, I guess it wasn't in the movie, so there you go.
Yeah. The chemicals not burning them. We talked about that one.
Yeah.
The brother. So they blew up a bomb and took out the brother. So it's like, all right, this dude can like instantaneously teleport to anywhere in the world. He can turn into a puff of smoke, but a bomb can take him out.
Yep.
They don't need his heart like they needed the Enchantress's heart. Who was he even? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I told you, I was like, I don't even know what his real thing was, other than she created him just to get her heart.
Pretty much, it seemed that way.
It seemed like that's all he was.
Yeah, it seemed like he could keep her alive long enough for her to go get her heart.
Now, I will say this: if you saw the original Sharknado,
yeah,
when they threw the bombs into the tornado in the Sharknado, I was like, so it can kill this guy too, and Sharknado.
Yeah.
So there we go. Now we know.
Poor Clint Eastwood's son. He's like, I guess I'm the patsy for this one. Blowing up the bomb.
I would say I was happy with Harley getting the kill at the end.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I kind of figured the sword would play some role in it because they kept mentioning how it could collect souls and stuff.
Souls and everything, yeah.
They're gonna take that to Enchantress. They have to. Harley not playing dead when Deadshot pretended to shoot her. She did for a second, but then she was like, ta-da. I was like, you idiot. You could have played dead and they wouldn't have been looking for you.
Yeah. Well, that's Harley.
I know.
That's Harley.
Stupid Harley.
Because when she did, I was like, wait, did they really let her die?
Yeah. The scene at the end where Enchantress starts fighting them, she reverts back from Shakira form to Dirty Witch form again to fight. I was like, why'd you have to do that?
That's hilarious. Shakira form to Dirty form, yeah.
You haven't even seen my final form.
She went to Pigpen from Charlie Brown. got the dust flying all over, some gnats and stuff. Yeah,
swatting the gnats. That's awesome.
I liked it. I will say this when Waller was introducing her, and she was like, "Oh, that's a real great magic trick," and she goes, "Just go for it."
Yeah.
And she disappears right beside the other guy. Like the general, I guess.
Yeah.
And she had that book from was it Iraq?
Something like
Iran,
that, yeah. Kuwait, something like that.
We've been trying to find this. He's like,
instantly
I'm
got
sold.
It. That was awesome.
We got you.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we had already talked about the other stuff that had Waller knowing Batman and that prison guard that he was kind of set up to be the antagonist. Like, this guy's gonna get it, and we're kind of rooting for it. Like, we want this guy to get it, and he just kind of disappears mid-movie.
Yeah, one scene. We are 46 minutes into it, and one scene I don't know how we didn't really talk about. Harley, when she first got outside in that yard, prison yard, and she's taking off the jumpsuit, putting on her clothes. What's everyone looking at?
Yeah,
I was like, "Come on!"
The entire yard stops.
I was like, that scene right there. I was like, that was awesome, and it was in the trailer.
It was, yeah.
But still, seeing it, I was like, that was awesome.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That might be a pause and watch in slow motion kind of thing.
Yeah. Giggity.
Giggity. Margot Robbie is not an ugly woman.
She is not. You see Wolf of Wall Street? True story. Not ugly in that either.
Not at all.
Not at all. I was surprised. He said it lyingly. So
you want to rate it?
Yeah. Now, if Joker was not in this movie at all, I would have given it about a 9.
I don't know if they could intro Harley without Joker, though.
I totally disagree with that.
Think so?
Well, have a little background in it, but have the right background in it.
Yeah. I didn't like the look, but, I mean, that is an actual look from some of the more recent comics. And, I wasn't, like, when he had the tuxedo on and stuff, I was like, okay, that looks like the Alex Ross thing.
That
and stuff,
shout out to that Alex Ross cover.
Yeah.
I was digging that.
I didn't like the way Leto acted it.
Yeah.
I didn't think he did.
Like,
for all this hype that Jared Leto's got as like one of our great actors of our time, I don't think he lived up to that.
I can't think of anything he's been in.
They love that.
In one movie, but I can't remember what it was.
He won the Oscar for Dallas Buyer Club, and everybody said that was amazing. But
I have never seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Must be great then if we haven't seen it.
The only thing I keep thinking of is when he got beat down really bad in Fight Club, and it's like, I wanted to destroy something beautiful.
That's what I remember him in.
I was like, Batman's gonna say that line.
Yeah. So, but without that, I would say, man, take him out of it. Well, I mean, he's in it, so there it is what it is.
Yeah.
And the way they twisted the real backstory.
If they do an ultimate edition, kind of like they did with B versus S, and they add all those scenes and get their backstory right, do you think that'll improve it for you?
I think you can.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know how they can change the one scene about Harley throwing herself off.
Which one?
Into the vat.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I mean, because she, in the comic, I mean, he basically pulled a Undertaker chokeslam on her.
But it seemed kind of weird because it was like he was walking away and then he like got frustrated or something, and then he took his jacket off and jumped in with her. I was like, there's more there. So
yeah, I mean, the Joker that I've been reading for the last 20 years
he would have left and been like, if you find me again, cool.
Yeah. I mean, like I said in the one comic, I mean, he has a child, and his girl is missing for an entire year, and just like, whatever, I don't care. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it about 6.5. Yeah, I know it's a DC movie.
Yeah, that's surprising.
And what sucks is his character for me hurt it that much.
That one character hurt it that much for you.
I mean, I take him out again. I'm gonna give it like 8.5, 9.
Okay. I went about 8.5 with the Joker just because I enjoyed it. When the movie was over, I was kind of like, yeah, that was cool. That was fun. Oh. But usually I want to watch a movie like twice before we review it.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a desire to watch it again.
Oh, I will watch it again.
Yeah.
I know when it comes out on DVD, I'm definitely going to watch it again.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to spend another $12.
Yeah,
in
right.
the theater.
Right. Yeah.
Even though I do love my Harley Quinn. Everybody knows I love my Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I love my Harley Quinn backstory. I don't like it when you change my Harley Quinn backstory.
Yeah,
it's just like you were saying with X-Men, how they were changing some of the characters.
Yeah, they seem to do that with all these movies.
I was like, why do that?
I don't know.
I mean, you got, in some characters' cases, 75 or more years of history on it. Yeah, let's just twist it.
And it's not like they're goofy, know-nothing writers that are throwing silly stories together. I mean, there's some good, compelling stories that'll tug at your heartstrings.
The only thing I can think of maybe is like in this day and time, having a character be abusive to a woman.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like,
I kind of got a feeling that's why they took it out.
Sorry,
maybe,
but this is what the comic book has.
It's fiction. That's who the character is.
But
it's like when they got mad. There was a billboard of Apocalypse choking Mystique, and they're like, "This displays abuse to women." I was like, "It's a blue mutant choking another blue mutant. Come on."
Yeah.
Get over yourselves, America.
It's crazy, but I don't know. Like I say, 6.5, which I think I'm probably a little bit on the low side on that.
Maybe so.
But I will say this: IMDb, it was at 7.
Okay.
So I guess people are a little bit closer to mine on this one.
Yeah, I'm surprised because the critics have been abusing it. I thought it would have been lower than that.
See, I don't pay any attention to what critics say. I never do.
I don't either.
I mean, it's like this. I mean, there's been so many movies that I've loved, and then later on I see the critics, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Usually any good action movie, critics tear them up. So I'm like, I don't care what you say.
Yeah, because it's not this cinematic piece of gold.
Yeah.
It's not Gone with the Wind.
It's not something up
for
an Oscar.
Win, great movie. Really long, great movie.
Never seen it.
Ooh.
Believe it or not.
No, I'm not at all surprised. Yeah, I mean, it's literally like a 3.5 hour long movie.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth it. Break it into 2 parts. Watch it.
Yeah,
or
might
not,
be doable.
Whichever. It's your call.
I remember Braveheart was 2 different VHSs back in the day. You had to get to the end. It would cut black. You have to take it out, put the other one in.
I remember The Right Stuff. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, in theaters, they actually had an intermission.
Oh, cool.
You can go out, get some popcorn, go to the restroom, come back in and watch the next 2 hours of it. Like,
that's awesome.
That's crazy. A movie so long, you need an intermission.
That would be a cool little thing.
But I'm hoping they do an ultimate edition of this. I expect they will.
I expect they will.
If they don't, I'd really be surprised. But
yeah, unless they just really don't want to release that abusive footage.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, though, I would definitely watch it again. So even it's crazy. I gave it a 6.5. And I liked every character but one.
I know. It's got your favorite character of all time in it.
But I'll definitely watch it again.
Yeah.
I should give it like a 12 just for Harley.
Could you pick another living actress that could do a better job than Margot?
That's always hard to say.
Yeah.
It's like Jerry Maguire, someone who is not Tom Cruise.
Right.
Yeah. Terminator, someone who's not Arnold.
Right, yeah.
I mean, to me, I thought she did great.
I did too.
So... I mean,
I'm very happy with her. Leto, he can bow out if he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, I have to think about that for a while. Maybe with one of our future podcasts, we'll revisit that question.
There you go.
Because I never even thought about it.
That's something for the commenters.
Mm-hmm.
Any casting, really. Who would you pick for?
Yeah, any of the characters. Because, I thought all in all, they were pretty good choices, I think.
I think so, too. I mean, they really changed up who Deadshot is, but I love me some Will Smith. I'm all right with it.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
So... anything else on this one?
Don't think so. I give it like an 8.5. Like I said, it was a decent movie.
8.5. I mean, dude, to me, 8.5 is above decent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty high up there on the grades.
I really enjoyed it, but not enough to want to go see it again.
One last question before we get out of here on this one. You didn't have hardly any backstory on any of these characters, did you?
Croc and Harley. That was about it.
Yeah. See, that's how I was with a lot of the X-Men characters. That's why I love those first 3 movies.
Right.
Well, the first one in particular.
Yeah.
And after we did the review,
I destroyed it.
I was like, maybe I actually hated this movie and didn't even realize.
You will hate it. It was awful.
Yeah. I was like, I thought the first one was really good, but that's just me.
Singer.
So, that's all we got on this one?
Yep. Good. movie. If you looking for something to do on a weekend, I think it's probably the best movie out right now. So if you're looking for something to go see, go check it out.
There it is. And that's all we got. You guys have an incredible day.
Stay incredible.